just wanted to get on here because our family, part of our family, is on keto. We hold each other accountable every day. We weigh in every Saturday. And I just want to tell their stories. I asked them to send it to me, along with how much weight they've lost, what health updates, and all that. And I have a paper here, so I'm going to be reading it from there. And I will be including some before, during, and now pictures in the process. My sister Debbie had researched diets for her daughter who was diagnosed with fatty liver disease back in 2020. Shortly after the pandemic started, she started researching because her daughter was really sick. And she had come across keto. And she told her daughter, she said, "You do this, I'll do it with you." This was in June of 2020, when the world was pretty much upside down. So they went ahead and started. Well, Debbie and I are in the midst of a sister chat with our other two sisters, and she had gone full force trying to get us all on board. So in September, I don't know why I waited that long, but I did. The end of September, I told her, I said, "All right, I'm going to start," which I did. And thankfully, and I owe her a lot of that G vitamin gratitude. So her and her daughter were on it. I started. A couple weeks later, my husband decided he was going to jump on board. And the whole time, I'm cooking for 7 people living in our house, and I was the only one doing keto in the first couple weeks. I was so determined. It was so easy for me. It was like I was cooking their potatoes, their rice, whatever they wanted, because they gave me money towards food. I bought the food. I cooked the food. I didn't have to eat it. And it didn't bother me. And then when my husband jumped on board, he's a type 1 diabetic, and that made, I was so happy that he finally decided to do so. And he's in this also. And then January of 2022, our niece Jenny came to us, or it was actually the end of December of 21. She said, "I need your help." And her story is on my channel. If you want to look it up, this is Jenny's story. Or I can try to attach it. I'm not sure I know how yet, but I'll try. But her story is included in here. And she started. Her A1C was up. She was pre-diabetic, if not, on her way to type 2 diabetes for sure. And then in August of 22, her sister jumped on board. So I am so ecstatic about this. So anyway, I'm going to start with their stories, starting with Debbie and go down with when we jumped on board the keto train. Debbie wrote to me. She said, "I'm down 40 pounds since starting keto." That was in June of 2020. 54 pounds down from her heaviest weight ever. The health benefits from keto is I brought down my blood pressure by 20 points. I don't get winded nearly as quickly. I exercise more easily, can jump and run when I couldn't before. No more bleeding gums. I had slight knee pain, and that's gone. Had several skin tags that have disappeared. I'm 68 years old, but I feel like I'm 30. So then in June also of 2020, her daughter Amy, she said, "I'm down 63.4 pounds since starting keto. My liver function after being diagnosed with fatty liver disease is better. I feel less bloated, less sluggish, I have more energy, and I have less cravings for sugary foods." And that, as we all know, that is huge, not to have those cravings. I started in September, the end of September 2020. I'm down 101 pounds, 124 from my very heaviest that I know of. I'm off all blood pressure meds after almost 50 years of being on them. I'm no longer pre-diabetic. I have lymphedema, both primary and secondary, in both of my legs, which I feel is under control with the ketogenic way of eating, paired with wearing compression socks daily, and I have a diuretic to take for the edema or swelling. I can go up and down stairs without holding on to railings, which I proved to myself at KetoCon because there were 2 flights of stairs that we went up and down quite frequently, but with no pain. And I had both knees replaced. So that's huge for me. I can take longer walks more easily, can even jog a little, which definitely I could never have done in the past. I feel better overall than I did in my 40s and 50s, maybe even my 30s, and I will be 65 next week. And then, like I said, a couple weeks later, my husband, he's down 20 pounds since starting keto. He says, I didn't feel I had weight to lose, but changed the way I was eating because I'm type 1 diabetic and saw it was helping my wife. My A1C was holding steady at 7.9 for several years. Now it is 6.5. I also have cervical dystonia, which is a movement disorder, which I feel is better controlled with this way of eating. I was also very depressed. The dystonia was getting worse, and then I felt in 2018, resulting in me having to leave my job of 30 years. Now, after being on this way of eating, I have more energy, no longer am depressed at all. I have had deep brain stimulation surgery for the dystonia, which has also been a great benefit. I'm so proud of him because his endocrinologist is telling him, oh, I don't want you to go any lower with your A1C. And we know as a community for keto that it's quite possible to carry a normal A1C as a type 1 diabetic and not be bothered. So anyway, we're fighting that, but it's okay. And then there's my niece, Jenny. She is down 80.2 pounds since starting keto January of 2022. She says, I brought down my A1C from 6.0 to 4.9. I don't get winded as quickly, and my asthma that I've had since I was a child is controlled without use of any inhaler. It's been a year since she used it. I can stand for long periods of time without my legs getting sore. I can take longer walks, climb stairs. Again, she found that out at KetoCon, more easily as well. I mean, it's just phenomenal. And then her sister, our other niece, Becky, she says, I'm down 48.2 pounds since starting keto in August of 2022. Keto has been good for me. I no longer have issues with IBS. Knees have not been hurting either like they were before. Prior to starting on this way of eating, I was told I needed surgery on my foot, which I do not need now. I feel so much better, no longer self-conscious about my body. I hope our journey will help someone else. totaling all that up, as a family, we have lost 353 pounds, gotten off medications, way better health than before. If anybody says this way of eating is messed up, they just need to hear this story. Please share this, and maybe we can help more people out there. Thank you for your time. And like I said, I'm going to close pictures of everyone. And I look forward to the next time. Bye.